Welcome to Intoxication Station. I'm in the process at this point of installing the shutters on my home prior to Hurricane Milton. This is what I have to go through and do before a big storm. Going through and doing a little bit of hurricane prep because Hurricane Milton, of all things, is going to be coming down on us within the next day or so. Quite frankly, not looking forward to all the preparations that are getting done, but when it's a category 5 projectedly, tend to start giving a little bit more care as a Floridian. Yeah, all things considering, I haven't done this in a while. So, it is what it is, I guess. It's bound to happen at some point or another. But, luckily, being a Floridian, I have most things already set up. Such as, well, for one, I live in a concrete block house, which is fairly critical, because if you don't have a strong fortress, what's the point of going through and supporting it? Some of the wood construction nowadays is all right, but being a Floridian, I'll take my chances paying more for a house that I know is not going to fall apart in the wind versus one that may not fall apart in the wind. Because there is a big difference when it comes to stuff like that. Now, second thing, instead of everyone going nuts over plywood, trying to trim it down and fit it to... shit. There's a lot of them here. They're still alive, too. Cool. So, I'm going to quickly evade this particular area because there's wasps all over where I was going to go through and put up my first set of shutters. So, what we're going to do, since we got the bolts off, wearing some utility gloves, because being that I have metal shutters, they're god old, at least 20 years old at this point, but they still work. They still do. I'm going to proceed to get some wasp spray. Now, this is not a sponsored endorsement, but Reed the Fin Wasp and Hornet Spray, amazing. Break the little safety tab right there. Just push it down. Get it down. Try not to breathe in any of it, because if it's bad for them, it's probably bad for me. And from the other direction, pretty view. Unfortunately, all this is going to be windy as shit here in a little bit. Probably in, well, I don't know, probably 6 hours. Starting to show a little bit more symptoms of the hurricane coming through here. Maybe. Personally, I think it stalled out around the Yucatan Peninsula, which, yeah, sucks for them, but good for us. Because the longer it's not here, the better we are. Also, may also give the opportunity for it to divert elsewhere, or strengthen and come at us at a category 5+. Who knows? But fortunately, where I'm at, I'm in Orlando, Florida, on the west side of town. And because of that, I'll have to be too concerned with the overall hurricane too much. Because, I mean, one, I'm like an easy 60 miles away from the coast. So, with that in my favor, I do have land to go through and mitigate a lot of the hurricane. There's shit everywhere. Broken shit everywhere, too. Lovely. Don't mind the mess. It's a storage shed. Doing storage shed things. How am I going to attack this? So much shit in here that doesn't need to be in here. You go there. Dirt dauber. Igloo coolers that probably should have been thrown away back in '84, because they're about as worthless as they get. And that clears out the path too. Those fuckers are right there. So, if you're not familiar on how metal shutters work, have some more shit out of the way. But yeah, if you're not familiar on how metal shutters work, they work by interlocking on top of each other, similar to that pattern or that pattern. And in doing so, it's way stronger than steel or than wood, and they're semi-modular, so you don't have to cut each one for that specific window. You can alternate between different ones. Which is super nifty for times like this, because, as you can see, I have some of them labeled, but may not be going to that right location. They are heavier, sharp as shit on the sides, hence the gloves. Gonna go ahead and get these fuckers up. Hopefully, the storm doesn't require them, but better to be safe than sorry. The only thing I wish I would have done was gone to the store and get beer. Because that will be crucial. And that's not the craft room. That's the bathroom where I make my crafts. But that's the jungle that I got to go through to get to that. So, yeah, on this side of the house, I have 4 windows to board up. 4 more on the other side, plus my back door and my back bay window. I'll try to remember to take pictures as I'm going through this. It's going to be a long couple hours. See y'all in a bit. I did forget to add additional footage, but had to make sure my place is safe prior to the storm. In all seriousness, please be responsible and safe out there.